Hey guys, what's up? It's Ryan here. So today was a huge day. Not only did iOS 14 release, iPadOS 14 released, and macOS big something. It was like a big chot or something. I don't remember, but it was like a really weird name. You guys are techies. You guys know what it was called. It was a really enjoyable morning. I actually like talk to my friend Alton. He's probably watching this video right now. Sorry if I pronounce your name, by the way. Like, I'm terrible pronouncing names, but Alton is like how I think it's named, hopefully. But yeah. So we pretty much just watched the live stream together and we like kind of texted each other back and forth. It was really fun. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because I've seen so many comments and so much hate on iOS 14 that is not deserved. One thing that I cannot stand saying is that Apple is so unoriginal. Apple took all these things from Android. Okay. Okay, guys. If you use a little bit of logic, you can think about it like this. Android has taken way more from iOS than iOS is taken from Android. It's not even close. And as technology gets better and better and peaks out to a point where we can't really even like distinguish it like from one another. As technology hits a peak, which I think it's already has, companies are going to start to merge ideas. And that's just what happens in the industry. Guarantee you Android 11 is going to have a lot of features that the iPhone had last year. It's because Google looks at iOS and sees its success, and it's like, okay, we'll just do that. And Apple, they really didn't have too much to add. They knew iOS 14 was going to be a small update, so I think they actually added the widgets last minute to kind of be like, okay, we do have something new about iOS 14. Because if you really look at iOS 14, not much has changed. Like, if you just look at it without the widgets and without the little app drawer thing, it's almost the same OS. It really is. Some small things got changed, but it was overall like one of the smallest OS changes ever if you just took those two things out. So I think Apple made kind of a last minute decision where like, okay, we should add this to the iPhone because we want to make sure that people who are switching from Android are a little bit more comfortable with the iPhone. I think that was one of their key factors. But no one talks about the gesture navigation on the iPad, the iPhone, and every other Apple device. Every single Apple device has gestures, except the iPhone XC. That's the only one that doesn't. But all the other devices that Apple sells do have gestures, of course, besides, Mac OS and all that. Any Apple product with a touchscreen has gesture control. So, you're telling me that Apple can't copy Google, but Google can copy Apple. Fanboys, fandroids, or whatever you guys are called. People who are fans of Android. I don't hate you guys, but I just want to know. Why do you critique Apple for taking an idea from Android, but you don't critique Google from literally stealing a completely... They didn't even change it. They didn't change the gestures at all. They were just like, swipe up to go home. Swipe and hold and get to your app menu. Swipe up and like go side to side, go through your apps. It was identical to the iOS one. They even had like a little bar in the bottom. Like there was no difference whatsoever. And people were just like, oh, it's just a standard. But then when Apple adds widgets to iOS, I'm like, and that wasn't a standard? Like, come on, guys. Like, you're using logic against yourself. Like, every single time that you do that, you're just stacking more logic on top of yourself. And it's not fair. It's not fair to the Apple users. It's not fair to the Apple users who maybe were waiting for this. Like, just appreciate that Apple added it. Like, just be appreciative about it. Like, that's all I'm asking. Don't complain that Apple copied it, because Google has copied plenty from the iPhone. So much. Have you seen the Google Pixel 3? Have you seen the Google Pixel 4? You know how that thing unlocks? It unlocks with Face Unlock. It uses the same exact sensors as the iPhone 10 did. Alright? It's like, well, you hold it up to your face, it unlocks with dot projectors and all that stuff, and it automatically unlocks for you. I'm like, the iPhone already did that, and no one's calling the Google Pixel 4 a copycat. Ridiculous. I don't know. Like, I personally just, It boggles my mind sometimes how Android fans think. But I just want to make a quick video about that. Please don't accuse Apple of copying Google. Technically they did, but they did it in their own way. They didn't just blatantly copy Google like Google has blatantly copied Apple. Alright, it's completely two different things, because Apple made the entire thing way more user-friendly than Google has ever done. And Google's implementation of widgets, it's not good. If you've ever used an Android phone, you probably don't even use the widgets. So, yeah. Besides like a time widget, that's it. So I don't get the fuss. Hopefully I see you all in the next one. Bye.